Hi, I'm Hayley and welcome to Chorlton Calling. Now we're here at Chorlton Library and we're going to go across the road to speak to Kat and Daniel at the Tea Hive to talk about their business, Hanoi 75. Follow me. Now I'm here with Kat and Daniel of Hanoi 75 talking about Hanoi deliveries. Welcome guys.
Hi, thank you.
How are you?
Yeah, good thanks. How are you?
I'm really good. So tell me about Hanoi. How did it all start in the beginning?
So Hanoi 75 is my business that has had to shut down because of COVID.
Yeah.
The reason I started it, I lived in Vietnam for 3 years teaching English, and I basically just fell in love with it as a country, fell in love with the food, street food and everything. So I came back to Manchester and started it out of a double-decker bus that I bought on eBay. And converted into a restaurant. Amazing.
Yeah. And what do you do, Daniel, with the business?
So I am helping her right now in Hanoi deliveries, Hanoi 75. It's a company that we open now through Coronovirus situation.
Yeah.
Something likely she had to close the bus, so I decided to help her and start this business all together.
And just for viewers, you two actually live together. So if anyone says, "Oh, you two are sat too close," it's because you actually live together anyway. So we're just pointing that out there. Okay, they're not actually disobeying the orders of lockdown. Ooh. And the double-decker bus. Now I've been to Hatch, which is on Oxford Road. For those who don't know, I love Hatch. It's brilliant. And you're working from here now in Chorlton.
Yeah. So basically, Hatch, obviously. The nature of Hatch is that it's located on a road with loads of universities which have now closed and loads of offices around which have also now sort of closed. So it was impossible to do any kind of takeaway service on Oxford Road. Yeah. The reason I chose Chorlton is because I live here.
Yeah.
And it's a residential area where people are going to be staying at home and having, you know, kind of boredom of the same sort of food in the area, and we thought that it's something different and maybe people might like it, so we thought why not try and Chorlton.
And tell us about the menus that you offer. Are you offering your usual menu, or are you scaling it back a little bit because it's takeaways? How are you working?
Actually, because it's takeaways, we're scaling it up. So the constrictions of having a double-decker bus is that you don't actually have that much storage space. It looks a lot bigger than it actually is. So you have the complications of wheel arches and anyway, so we do a much smaller menu on the bus. This is a completely different menu, and it's still all inspired by Hanoi and Vietnamese street food, with a bit of Taiwanese stuff thrown in with the bao buns. And one of our new things that's really popular is our Vietnamese curry, which is sort of like a mild aromatic yellow curry, similar to Thai curries.
So what's in that then?
Well, it's like tamarind, ginger, coconut, lemongrass. I can't. I'm like on the spot.
Is it meat or vegetarian?
It's
or
both. So
both.
We do tofu and then we do chicken.
Oh, lovely.
But typically, it's a chicken curry with like chunky root vegetables.
And how can people find out about you? Do you have an Instagram and a website?
Yeah, so we don't have a website for this current business because we kind of thought it was temporary.
Yeah.
So our general website for the old business is just hanoi75.co.uk.
We'll make sure that goes along the bottom as well for you.
Thanks. And on there you can read more about the story and see about like all the different menus we've had in the past and see the bus and how it's transformed.
Yeah.
And we're more active on Instagram, which is here, the Hanoi 75.
Yeah.
And we're also on Facebook as well.
Brilliant, as at Hanoi 75, the
On
same
Facebook,
as it on Facebook.
It's, Hanoi 75 bus.
Brilliant, fantastic.
I'm sure it'll come up if you search.
And what days are you open for takeaways and deliveries?
So we're open Thursday to Sunday, 12 till 9.
Yep.
And we're also on Deliveroo, and we're also possibly moving on to Uber Eats soon as well. But
okay.
We really prefer direct orders because they take a 30% cut.
Yeah, absolutely. So people can just ring you, can they?
Yeah. So we have a number. It's on all our social pages, and you can include it as well.
Yeah.
That's the number to ring, and you just message us with your order. if it's collection or delivery, preferred time slot. If you have any allergies or anything, please let us know as well, and we'll get back to you and take your email for a PayPal.
And you cater quite well, don't you, for any allergies and dietary requirements? I was having a nosy before I came out to meet you. I'm gluten free, so I know that I could tell you that, and you'd actually make something up for me. And if anyone's vegetarian or vegan, you would do the same for them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, the benefit of Vietnamese food, I think, is something which I really, really love about Vietnamese food, is it's really fresh.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be very sincere of me to cook Vietnamese food if I was frying everything.
Absolutely.
You know, it's about fresh ingredients. So when we're catering for people and they have an allergy or an intolerance, it's quite simple to take things out because it's all made fresh.
I wish every restaurant and takeaway thought that way, because it's actually still quite difficult to...
Well, it's because it's more expensive and people are doing it for a business incentive rather than for anything else, and I think that's where it becomes a bit of a shame, really.
It is a shame, yeah, really, because it's really quite simple, just substituting rice instead of wheat.
Yeah.
For example, for gluten-free diets, and rice isn't that expensive, so it's just about a little thought, really, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And like one of the things that we have to offer is that we're using rice noodles and rice flour in everything. So, and there's so many people with gluten intolerances now that it just feels like it's one of those things we have to really cater
And if everybody did that, we'd all be able to eat everywhere, wouldn't we? It'd be crazy. Or corn flour even. It's just simple, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think people are just funny about change, aren't they? And if it's a little bit difficult, then it's rather not do it.
Fair enough. Well, thank you so much, Kat and Daniel. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Well, that's it from Chorlton Calling this time. Tune in soon to see who's next at #ShopLocal. And if you are a small business in Chorlton and you'd like to talk to us, please get in touch via our Facebook page. That's it for now, and I'll see you soon.